Hello everyone, welcome to House News. In this episode, we're going to present you the latest information coming from the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia. And now let's see what makes our headlines for today. In 2019, Indonesia achieved a 20% female representation in parliament, marking a substantial increase compared to previous elections. The Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation is keen on strengthening cooperation with Croatia, particularly on tourism sector. Commission 1 of the House and the government have agreed to continue the discussions on the Treaty on the Prohibitions of Nuclear Weapons in the plenary session. The rapid growth of the tourism industry results in investors privatizing beaches due to increasing commercial interest in coastal areas. The Hajj monitoring team of the House has discovered numerous cases of pilgrimage visa misuse intended for performing the Hajj. While social media platforms offer tremendous opportunities for political campaigning, there is a need for intensive government oversight to counteract the potential misuse of these platforms. The nostalgic movie Petualangan Sherina, which premiered in 2000, is now continued with Petualangan Sherina 2. Watching movie remakes can be a lot of fun as they offer fresh takes on familiar stories and characters. A remarkable initiative has emerged in Indonesia to empower visually impaired individuals to experience the magic of movie. The Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation of the House promote enhanced capacity building and increase opportunities for Indonesian women parliamentarians in international forums.
Chairperson of the Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation of the House, Fadlizon, highlights gender equality in politics has emerged as a global public concern. Active participation and contribution of women in parliament are essential, especially in decision-making process related to legislative outcomes and the formulation of various resolutions. The Interparliamentary Cooperation Committee actively engage in capacity-building initiatives and facilitates the participation of women parliamentarians in international forums. This active involvement aims to enrich the experience and contribution of Indonesian female parliament members.
Sekarang nih saya kira makin banyak parlemen perempuan kita dari DPR yang tampil di forum-forum internasional. Di IPU sendiri ada beberapa yang ikut di dalam Women Parliamentarian, Young Parliamentarians, kemudian di beberapa standing committee di IPU dan juga di forum-forum internasional regional lainnya gitu ya. Jadi bagaimana di dalam pengambilan keputusan di legislasi ada gender sensitivity, ada sensitive gender ya. Dan saya kira ini satu hal yang sangat penting. Termasuk isu-isu lain ya, termasuk terkait dengan climate change, termasuk isu pangan, isu energi.
Furthermore, Fadlizon hopes there will be an increase in the women's presentation in the parliament in the upcoming 2024 election. This will strengthen active participation of female Indonesian parliamentarians in international forums. From Banten, Nuki Tampubolon, TVR Parlemen reports.
The House received the distinguished Croatian Ambassador Nebojša Koharovic at the Nusantara II building. The meeting discussed on focusing cooperation within the tourism sector.
Vice Chairperson of the Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation of the House, Putu Supatmarudana, mentions, as a major tourist destination in Europe, Croatia can serve as an inspiration for Indonesia in developing the tourism sector. Putu Supatma hopes the two nations can strengthen cooperation in order to improve the development of human resources in the tourism sector.
Mereka 4 juta penduduk bisa 16 juta. Indonesia punya 270 juta lebih penduduk. Kita pernah mencapai 16 juta, tapi hanya sekali. Setelah itu, jadi kita ingin mengakselerasi. Nah, sehingga nanti baik kerjasama capacity building antara people to people, masyarakat Indonesia akan mendapatkan juga banyak informasi dan kerjasamanya mudah-mudahan antara university.
Furthermore, Croatian Ambassador Nebojša Koharovic shared a view emphasizing Indonesia and Croatia's commitment to tourism collaboration and improving interpersonal connection between two nations.
In the future, our relations are going to be mainly based on tourism and development of the knowledge and know-how of tourist industry. And of course, we would also like to see what could we establish on a local level cooperation. So what will be detected as the possible fields of cooperation there? I'm now especially referring to the so-called sustainable development, sustainable economy, the village tourism, the historical tourism.
Dodi Muharam, TVR Parlemen reports.
The House is committed to advancing the goal of a nuclear weapon-free ASEAN zone by maintaining ongoing discussion concerning the Treaty on the Prohibitions of Nuclear Weapons.
Member of Commission 1 of the House Sharifuddin Hassan reminds the incident of Hiroshima and Nagasaki as obvious evidence of dangerous nuclear weapon impacts. Sharifuddin highlights the need for full support in the prohibition of nuclear weapons. Additionally, he emphasizes Indonesia and other nations should unite and work together to prevent the worldwide use of nuclear weapons.
Artinya dalam hal ini kita sekalipun mereka belum setuju, kita tidak boleh diam. Kita harus bersatu untuk menyuarakan itu, dan untuk itu kita harus bentuk undang-undang supaya landasan hukumnya itu sangat valid dan dapat mengikat untuk bangsa kita.
Meanwhile, member of Commission 1 of the House, Sturman Panjaitan, believes the commitment to the ASEAN nuclear weapon-free zone should not only be in the form of a treaty, but also be realized through concrete actions. In addition to firmly prohibiting nuclear weapon development, this treaty should also support the recovery of nuclear victims, especially in terms of health and well-being.
Traktat ini tidak hanya melarang pengembangan, uji coba, pertukaran, penggunaan, dan penyimpanan senjata nuklir bagi negara-negara anggota, tetapi juga melarang mereka untuk menjadikan tuan rumah bagi negara lain untuk melakukan aktivitas serupa. Selain itu, traktat ini juga mengatur kewajiban negara membantu korban yang disebabkan oleh aktivitas nuklir, termasuk diantaranya memberi jaminan kesehatan psikologis.
Kan Antemi, TVR Parlemen report.
More updates on the tourism sector is coming to your way. Stay tuned to House News. We'll be right back. Commission 10 of the House urges the government to immediately establish regulations concerning coastal land ownership in order to prevent beach privatization.
Member of Commission 10 of the House, Yoyo Sukawi, emphasizes both central and regional governments need to provide legal protection regarding beach privatization and the impact on the community. Therefore, the government is urged to mediate conflicts between business owners and the local community, ensuring well-being of both parties and preventing any harm.
Begitu juga masyarakat, udah tahu pantai yang tadinya terbengkalai sekarang udah jadi bagus, ya mestinya ikut dijaga. Di sini tugas pemerintah ada di tengah. Pemerintah hadir, pemerintah memberikan keadilan bagi semua, baik bagi investor maupun bagi masyarakat. Jadi nggak boleh investor juga dirugikan, tapi masyarakat juga nggak boleh hak-haknya dikurangi.
Meanwhile, member of Commission 10 of the House, Ferdiansyah, states, to prevent beach privatization, the government must implement firm policy regarding land ownership along the coastline.
Dasar ketika mungkin di situ pemberian hak atau peralihan hak, baik itu yang milik negara maupun yang milik masyarakat, ketika juga peralihan hak ataupun pemberian baik itu sifatnya sewa atau apa, itu harus ada klausul bahwa itu bukan berarti 100% milik secara personal, tapi bisa digunakan juga untuk kepentingan negara, diantaranya adalah pariwisata.
Adila N. Kristio, TVR Parlemen report.
The House's Hajj monitoring team requests the Indonesian and Saudi Arabian governments not to issue Hajj visas at least 3 months before the Hajj departure to prevent the misuse of pilgrimage visas.
Pilgrimage visa misuse has caused regular Hajj pilgrim tents to be over capacity, leaving many pilgrims without meals. Member of Commission 8 of the House Yandri Susanto urges the Saudi Arabian government to tighten the issuance of pilgrimage visas, especially 3 months before the Hajj departure. Additionally, Yandri requests airport immigration authorities to prevent Hajj pilgrims traveling with pilgrimage visas.
Karena visa ziarah kan bukan visa haji, tapi mereka juga ikut berhaji. Nah, sementara mereka tidak terdaftar di tenda mana, di maktab berapa, busnya berapa, makan di mana, kan nggak terdaftar. Sementara yang boleh makan itu kan jamaah haji, tapi karena jamaah haji itu hampir 500.000 dari seluruh dunia, numplek ke satu tempat, yaitu yang terjadi kepadatan yang tidak diharapkan. Bisa dari imigrasi, mulai dari beberapa bandara kita, bandara internasional, bagi yang pihak visa ziarah ketika memasuki musim haji tidak diperlukan lewat. Itu paling efektif. Kemudian yang kedua ya kedutaan besar Saudi di sini tidak melakukan visa ziarah. Jadi kalau dua ini kita lakukan, saya kira akan meminimalisir hal-hal yang tidak kita inginkan.
Furthermore, Yandri points out pilgrims holding pilgrimage visas arrived in Riyadh and board a bus to Mecca and Medina. This went unnoticed as it was considered as a domestic departure. The crime was exposed when the number of Hajj pilgrims suddenly increased from existing lists. Ken and Julian, TVR Parlemen report.
In the context of the upcoming 2024 election, the extensive use of social media for political campaigning requires intensive government oversight to address the potential spread of negative content.
Member of Commission 1 of the House Al-Muzammil Yusuf urges the government to work together with social media platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram to regulate the spread of harmful content during election. This includes addressing issues like hoaxes, smear campaigns, and hate speech.
Makanya kerjasamanya harus dengan para pemilik platform tadi, ya YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, ini kerjasama. Mereka harus bisa mendetek ada informasi yang tidak benar, diselesaikan gitu. Walaupun WhatsApp memang penyebarannya kan dari grup-grup kelompok ya, tapi kalau YouTube, Facebook, Instagram kan langsung. Jangan sampai digital kita menjadi blunder, bumerang, adu domba dan lain-lain.
According to the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, there were almost 4,000 hoaxes spreading throughout the year 2019, with the peak occurring near the elections. Several experts have predicted an increase in the spread of hoaxes and smear campaigns during the upcoming 2024 election. Therefore, the government should take proactive measures to ensure the 2024 election proceeds smoothly. Ken and Handoko, TVR Parlemen report.
After the break, more interesting stories on movie reviews. Stay with us only on House News. After a 23-year break, the long-awaited sequel to the Sherina adventure movie is finally ready to make its debut in Indonesian theaters.
The film Petualangan Sherina, or Sherina Adventure 2, is the second part of a film with the same title. This film continues the story of Sherina and Saddam, two childhood friends who have been separated for a long time and meet again in Kalimantan to release orangutan into the wild. Sherina's Adventure 2 takes us on a delightful trip down memory lane filled with nostalgia with Sherina and Darby's performance. This film beautifully captures the original Sherina's adventure, making it a must-watch for fans and newcomers alike. One of the standout aspects of the movie is the way it transports the viewers back to the childhood. The film's attention to detail in creating the world of Sherina and her adventures is commendable. The movie managed to achieve a total of more than 200 viewers on their first day of screening. With this record, this film managed to occupy the 7th position as the film with the highest number of viewers on the first day in the history of Indonesian cinema.
Remaking movies displays the power of storytelling in the movie world. Even though remakes may not always be better than the originals, they provide a new point of view and often take viewers on a nostalgic journey through the past.
In the world of movies, remakes have become a popular way to bring back stories to the big screen. This remake allows filmmakers to make old stories feel fresh again by using modern storytelling techniques, fancy visual effects, and different ways of looking at things. Hachi, A Dog's Tale is a remake of the Japanese film Hachiko, released in 1987. This remake was released in 2009. It is one of the most touching dog movies ever made. Whether or not one is a dog owner, everyone can agree that there is something really special about movies that celebrates man's fur like best friend. Oscar-winning New Zealand director Peter Jackson recreated New York in his hometown of Wellington of the film classic King Kong. The first King Kong movie was released in March 1933. As one of the best-known monsters in film, King Kong is an international pop culture phenomenon alongside popular superheroes and comic book characters. The Monster Baby was first released in 1982. This one of the classic Indonesian horror movies, leaving you feeling unsettled and terrified. The Monster Baby, or locally known as Bayi Ajaib, is huge in the home country as the movie ends with a foot in the door, leaving it wide open for sequels.
Movies are indeed for everyone, including those who are visually impaired. The community of blind people who loves movies has demonstrated that the magic of cinema knows no boundaries.
The Indonesian blind film community is breaking barriers and creating inclusive spaces for the blind people to enjoy the art of cinema. Through dedication and innovative approach, the community is transforming the way films are enjoyed by the visually impaired community. Founded by passionate Indonesian film enthusiasts from the Pusat Perfilman Haji Usmar Ismail, this community aims to enable visually impaired people to fully immerse themselves in the world of films. By organizing special events called Whisper Cinema, the community brings together visually impaired individuals, audio describers, and voice narrators for a unique and inclusive film watching experience. During these events, the blind participants are not limited to dialogue. Through the power of imagination, they can picture the entire essence of the film. The films chosen are carefully selected Indonesian films that provide clear descriptions, allowing the visually impaired community to visualize every moment of the story. This community goes beyond just organizing film screenings. They actively engage members in discussions and encourages them to share their opinions and insights on the film they have watched. The Indonesian blind people film community is a shining example of how passion, innovation, and inclusivity can transform lives.
And that's House News for today. Thank you for tuning in. See you and have a good day.